an oath, di ba? Ito, meron akong hawak dito, ano ang tawag dito? Ha? Martilyo. Yan, ha. Martilyo ako dito, ha. Pag hindi tayo nakakuha ng kahit, ha, ipupupos sa rin dito ito. Hindi ko may witness natin, ha. Okay. Anyway, I also would like to ask the Commission on Human Rights to do something about this as far as investigating this is concerned. No? We would like to find some answers. Oo. Kapag nagsimula po tayo ng Quadcom 2.0, in the next 2 weeks, we would like to really find answers to this. So, para matapos na po itong usapin ito, no? Kapag Luka, yun lang war on drugs, nahihirapan tayong kumuha ng mga witnesses dito sapagkat natatakot din yung mga kamag-anak ng mga biktima na lumabas eh. Oh, I'm so glad na meron ng 300 na raw na mga biktima na pupunta lang sa ICC. Hindi ko alam pa sa ICC. Dito lang pwede na eh. Ito lang pwede na eh. Baka natatakot pa rin sila. Now, ito iba na ang kapulisan natin ngayon. Iba na. Sa administrasyon ng ating Pangulo, ang ating kapulisan ngayon ay lalong dapat pagkatiwalaan ng taong bayan. Nagagawin ninyo ang dapat yung gawin, para naman magkaroon ng tuwa ang taong bayan sa ginagawa ng ating Philippine National Police. No? Mula nung panahon ni Director General Torre hanggang ngayon, si Director General Nartates, na alam ko na isa rin sa mga masigasig na mangunguna rito. Kaya I hope that I could be able to really be confident that our investigating agencies like DOJ, like the CIDG, the Philippine National Police, the IAS, alam mo IAS, saka yung napunto, suto namin dito yan, sa Quadcom ng 19th Congress, no? I hope that we could be able to really entrust to you the need of the truth that our people should know. Okay, Congressman Pino, yes, you have the word.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Actually, parang follow-up lang po din sa, nabanggit nyo na yung buong Taal Lake ay how many square kilometers mo? Sir? 234 square kilometers. And natukoy nyo po yung particular na lugar na pinaghanapan nyo, di ba? Gano'ng kalaki po yung area na hinanap ng sinisid ng mga divers and so on, the total search area of that 234 square kilometers, gano'ng kalaki yung na-cover na area?
Mr. Chair, per the intelligence information provided to us, sir, during our initial survey, there was a specific area pinpointed by the alleged witness.
Okay.
From there, of course, in reality, wala naman yan, sir, silang GPS na tinatawag. So, mata-mata lang. So, on our lenses and judgment as a expose sa mga conduct ng search and rescue, linawigan namin, sir, yung area. So, yung area na tinuro niya, sir, nag-conduct kami ng, we prepared it, yung search area, 300 by 186 meters at first.
Okay.
And divided it in 4 quadrants. From there, ina-adjust pa namin ulit, sir, pagkano kasi may mga drift pa yan, sir. So right now, ang ating area doon ay 300 meters by 300 na, sir. So, yung, sir, if I may, sir, let me continue. Yung 4 na quadrant, sir, first and third quadrant natin, sir. Yung first, sir, tapos na. Yung third ay totally patapos na, sir.
Okay.
So, we will be moving, sir, sa port as mentioned kanina.
So, ongoing pa po yung
yes, sir,
search nyo?
And imagine, sir, ang isang quadrant, inaabot kami ng halos sambuan.
So 300 by 300 meter square
Correct,
quadrant po.
Correct po, sir.
Ang total area na target yung ma-search. Tatay ito sa information
Provided,
na binigay ng inyong informant.
Correct, sir.
No? Ang punto ko lang po ay sa lawak po ng Taal Lake. Sabi niyo nga, 234 square kilometers. Ganong kalawak ito. Ang sinerch nyo lang, wala pang ang 1 square kilometer. It's only 300 by 300 square. And yet you were already able to turn, at hindi pa tapos yung search, and yet you were already able to recover over 300 pieces of human remains. No? So, ang punto ko ay mukhang may alam talaga yung informant. Di ba? Sa pagkalawak-lawak ng dagat, bakit dun sa borderline, sa area na tinuro, ay may ganun karami. So, meron talagang nalalaman at meron talagang, sabihin, it is really, ang explanation dito, mukhang possible explanation talaga, parang dumping ground talaga to. Killing field, you could call. Kaya lang, nasa dagat. Nasa lawa. No? So, ibig sabihin, meron talagang karumal-dumal na krimen, no, na nangyayari dito. Yung 300 remains could be, hindi nyo pa ma-determine kung gaano karaming actual bodies yun. Meron ba kayong ganong information? Those 300 skeletal remains, are you able to determine whether or not they belong to, a specific number of individuals? Meron na po tayong alam? Okay. Wala pa po. Pero theoretically, it could be up to 300 individuals. Ang punto ko lang po, parang isang batalyon po yan ng mga bangkay, maximum, no? Na mukhang itinapon din lang sa area yun pa lang. Sa napakaliit na area pa lang, kung tutuusin, 300 meters by 300 meters square. Tama po ba? Okay. So, meron pong matinding human rights violations na naganap dito. Kaya tama lang po yung sinabi ni Chair. Definitely, the Commission on Human Rights also has to be involved. And ako, Mr. Chair, ngayon pa lang sasabihin ko na kung sabihin man, in the end, hindi pa tapos, pero kung sabihin man nila, ay wala tayong match sa missing Sabongeros, case closed. Ay hindi po pwede. No? Napalitaw na ang mga human remains na ito. It is incumbent upon both the executive and also Congress to see this through. No, because, sabi ko nga, up to isang batalyon ng mga bangkay ang nandyan at walang mananagot, walang investigasyon, hindi po pwede. No? So, yun po yun. Mr. Chair, yun ang punto na gusto kong diig.
We would like,
Mr. Chair,
kung pwede lang na lahat po ng mga report and document to be submitted to us, no? ASEC, General, at Attorney, Alanisan, all of the reports should be submitted to us on this. In the next hearing we have, it will be most probably Quadcom na po ito, and we are now going to call even the victims, relatives of the victims, and even the so-called whistleblowers will be called upon, no, to shed light on the missing Sabongeros. Yes, Congressman Zia.
Well, Mr. Chair, I think we have exhaustively discussed as an initial meeting all the topics of the Isabong and the missing Sabongero are concerned, and I guess just before I move for the adjournment of this meeting, I just like to be clarified as to the numbers, kasi it's worrisome. I was listening to Representative Tino. I agree with him it's unfair to also label Lake Taal kasi Lake Taal is one of our tourist destination in Luzon. So it's really unfair for Lake Taal to be labeled as a dumping site or murdered individual. So 300 pieces of remains is just really worrisome, no? So I just like to, for the record, no, to keep the record straight, make the record straight also. May I ask Bacas, because I guess General Bacas was the one who mentioned about this 300 remains. Are we talking of remains like skeletal remains, or do we do some accounting and then your office was able to determine the number of possible individuals thrown in or dumped in Lake Taal?
Yes, sir.
Or are these just pieces, skeletal pieces or remains?
Yes, sir.
That do not necessarily belong to a single or number of persons in particular.
Yes.
Kasi nakakabahala, 300, baka iba yung lumabas sa media.
Opo, Mr. Chair. Actually, doon sa 355 na specimen na po, puro po itong mga
So, specimen siya?
Opo.
Okay, just to be clear, baka iba lumabas sa media, nakakagulat.
Opo. Mga buto po ito, maliliit at saka medyo mahahaba yung iba po. So, may mga sizes po siya.
So,
then, out of those po, ay nakapag-generate po tayo sa ating DNA na doon sa Taal po, 3 human remains po. Isang babae, saka 2 lalaki.
So, you were able to make a proper accounting of these 3
Opo.
remains that you have recovered.
Yes po.
No? Ibig sabihin, ulo hanggang toes, kompleto siya. Tama?
Based on the DNA examination conducted po.
Tama. So, 3.
Opo.
But the 300 remains, you are referring to 300 skeletal pieces.
Opo.
Not individuals, ha?
Not individual.
Okay. So, di ba sa post-mortem examination, you can also able to, determine yung how long or the duration of from the time, halimbawa, na namatay yung tao, up to the time that you recover it, can you also determine the duration of the time, kung ilang years, ilang taon, ilang weeks siyang nandoon, kung saan nyo ito natagpuan?
Mr. Chair, pwede ko po ma-refer sa ating medical legal
Yes.
officer po.
Kasi na-remember ko, it happened in 2017 during the Marawi. We also requested the services from your office, and then you did a post-mortem examination. You were able to find out how long these remains were, in the state of their advanced decomposition before they were recovered. Tama po ba? You were able to, kasi the time, importante rin sa investigation na ito, yung oras kung kailan hinulog doon, magkakasunod ba to, ano ba yung differences in terms of yung pagtapon sa kanila. As we're talking about possibly, sabi nga ni Chairman, possibly these are victims of EJK. So makikita natin yung periods nung time na pinatay sila. So I think part din doon, can you also able to do some examination as to the timeline nung pagkamatay. Diba? Tama po ba?
Your Honor, if I may,
Yes.
Police Colonel Carpio, Medical Legal Officer and the Deputy Director of Operations of Forensic Group. Sir, about the range of the bones or the remains, at least, sir, with the taphonomy, it is where the body changes after death.
Yes.
So with the Taal Lake, because of so many factors such as the chemicals, such as the oxides, the algae, and other factors, we can range up with regards to taphonomy around 4 to 5 years and above, because of the conditions of the skeleton.
No, I'm talking about, so ibig sabihin, you cannot conclusively determine yung mga na-recover nyo ng mga remains doon, kung anong oras, anong taon, o ilang taon silang nandoon sa Taal.
Yes, sir. Sa dami po ng factors na
Yes, because of
i-consider mo, sir.
yeah, okay. Okay,
Of the contents, of course, of the sulfur, of the oxides within the Taal Lake, sir. That's why doon sa aming nakuhang mga profile ng DNA, we can conclude that there are 6 individuals and above, because the 6 are all confirmed by DNAs. So may 6 na po tayong DNA profile na nakuha doon sa Taal Lake. With regards to the 300 plus bones, are all bones na iba't ibang parte ng katawan ng tao. So, presumably, sir, ang isang tao kasi is more than 200 plus bones. That's why we need to confirm through DNAs kung itong lahat ng bones na ito ay nasa isang tao o 10 tao o 20 tao. That's why we need more time.
Pati yung oras, yung timeline, ito I think is important, Mr. Chair, na ma-determine din kung anong oras. Ay yung panahon kung saan nagkaroon ng ganitong pagtapon. Kasi doon ma-determine din kung meron talagang effort at saka meron talagang systematic na ginawa yung ganitong klaseng pagpatay at hinulog sa isang lugar, no? Tama po yung sinabi ni Congressman Tino. Talagang alam na alam kung saan pupuntahan eh, 'di ba? Ibig sabihin meron talagang systematic at may nag-uutos. 'Yun ang gusto nang malaman ng committee na ito, eh, 'di ba? Kasi this can also be I read also in one of the periodicals, Mr. Chair, that this can also be attributed to the EJK. Kaya importante po yung time frame and timeline dito. That's why I'm asking you, would you be able to determine kung anong year, ilang taong, anong month, ilang gano'n sila katagal, at gano'n yung pare-pareho nilang in terms of duration ang makita nyo ng mga pieces of bones dyan sa
With regards to this, Your Honor, as I have said, na marami to talagang factors. Yung chemical factors, yung depth, even the depth of the Taal Lake, which is 100 and above, will also cause changes of the bones. That's why we will have a difficulty of confirming exact dates or exact years of this skeleton was there in the bottom of the Taal Lake, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, having no other members who wish to ask questions,
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Chair. I move that we adjourn this hearing, Mr. Chair.
Okay, before I hear the adjournment, PNP Human Rights Division, Colonel, will you please coordinate with the Commission on Human Rights on this also, please? Magtulungan na lang kayo. Okay. So, no objection. The meeting is adjourned. Maraming salamat po sa inyo.